The world has been attacked by an alien swarm on the site of Thorpe Park. In the midst of an apocalypse, a select few are captured by the creature and flown through the sky. The Swarm at Thorpe Park is a B&M Wing coaster that opened in 2012 as the second of its kind and the first ever to have a dive drop feature. A feature that adds to the experience a lot. There'll be more on that later. When you enter the ride, you enter a cattle pen queue system, which is something Thorpe was guilty of doing throughout. However, when you don't have much space to work with, it's fair enough. After the cattle pen part of the queue, you pass the baggage hold and are situated with the choice to ride on the left or right hand side of the train. And from experience of riding both sides, I would definitely say the right hand side is better. After that choice, you enter another shorter queue, within a semi-destroyed church suiting the ride's post-apocalyptic theme well. When you finally sit in the car, you pull down the restraint system and realise that, like all B&M Wing coasters, it has a vest restraint. Personally, I don't see much problem with the vest restraints themselves because they're a lot comfier to sit in than the older B&M OTSR restraints. However, I would agree that they are very restrictive and probably unnecessary. When the train leaves the station, it passes under an upturned ambulance and up the 39-metre or 127-foot lift hill. Instead of cresting the hill as you would a normal drop, however, you are subjected to what, in my opinion, is the best part of the ride, the aforementioned dive drop. The train rolls slowly into an inverted position to perform a 180-degree turn into the drop. Considering I have rode both a B&M Wing coaster with the dive drop and one without, I think this drop is much superior to that of Raptor, which was the one I've done without. Not only is it a brilliant drop with lots of force, but it's also got great hang time at the top. After the drop, you pass under a destroyed plane, which gives you a great head chopper. Then you enter a zero-G roll, and at this point a fire effect is unleashed for every few cars. I believe it to be around every fifth car gets the effect, but I'm not entirely sure. Luckily, on my second ride, I experienced the effect, and it is great, because as you pass over it, not only do you get the visuals of the fire, but you also get the heat produced by the flame, which is really great. After you exit the zero-G roll, you head through one of the best head choppers I've ever experienced on a coaster through a semi-destroyed billboard. When the train has passed through this, it enters a small curve into an incline loop. When you descend from this, you enter yet another curve which comes extremely close to the lake, and a water spray effect comes up from it as well. This feels amazing. After this, you enter a corkscrew straight away, which is yet another great feature of the ride. After this, you pass through a keyhole moment, and then the best inversion, that's obviously not counting the drop, which is a slow inline twist, similar to the final one on Raptor at Gardaland. However, this one passes through the station, allowing for great interaction with guests waiting to board. Finally, the ride enters the brake run and the ride is over. In my opinion, this is the perfect ride. It's glossy smooth. I would go as far as to say smoother than Nemesis. Has a decent amount of force as well. It's brilliantly themed with a good soundtrack by Yumi at 6 as well. Overall, out of 10, I would give the Swarm a solid 9.